Hello, this is Carissa Lee, and this is my classroom environment schedule expectations and procedures presentation for Group A in ECS 315. In each of my slides, I am going to cover these 5 things. And each slide covers our physical classroom environment, the schedule, expectations, procedures, and a safety plan. Physical classroom environment. This is an actual diagram of my current classroom. Up here in the left-hand corner, you will see a slash. That's the door. The parent board is right next to that, and then you can see my areas, and I have most everything labeled. I believe that this space flows very well, and I try not to make major changes to help reduce the students' stress. We do have a library with a comfy space, and my children know that they can go there when they need to be alone, or they can always come to a teacher and we can make a space for them. My centers, my areas are small. They hold about 4 children. My classroom, I typically have 15 children, so each center is designed in a way to help support and develop their relationships, also with their behaviors and their interactions, because each center has a small number of students. That helps with behaviors. It also helps them to interact with each other. And as you probably saw in my zoning video, there's always a teacher close by so that we can help them with learning positive social interactions. And then it's always a very positive classroom, and they know what each center is. They are labeled. We talk about them quite often. As far as providing a safe environment, we talk about the rules. We do talk about safety. We practice lockdowns and fire drills. And I think that's it. And then this next slide doesn't show my particular classroom, but it gives you an example of what a parent board looks like. That's going to have our lunch menu, our daily activity, or excuse me, our schedule, our curriculum for that week, our lesson plans. It will have any kind of licensing information. And then these other pictures just give ideas of what the environments look like, or the centers. This next slide is my schedule, and we have kept this in a consistently. Sometimes things happen and the times have to change, but we always keep the order the same. And with that, you will see that our expectations and our procedures and even our safety plan stays the same. We talk about these things. I also explain to the children, why it works best. In the beginning of the year, the schedule kind of changes a little bit if it needs to, but once we get it figured out, we are good to go. We keep our circle time to 15, 20 minutes. That supports that, children at this age cannot sit for any longer than 20 minutes. Well, most of them can't. So we try to keep that quick and sweet, simple. Our learning centers and our small group activities encourage and support the development of relationships. Like I said before, we have our area set up in a way that we are always close. The kids are free to talk with each other and move around the room. They can change from one group to another easily. As far as student behaviors, because our room is smaller, on the smaller side, we can mostly hear everything. Reducing children's stress, it's pretty, they know what's next. They know what to expect. One of the reasons why we keep everything to our schedule. Next, our expectations. We talk about these daily. We also, whenever they're needed, and I ask the children to tell me what they are once they've learned them so that I know they know them. That give me 5 expectations are for circle time mostly, or when we are in a space where we need to be sitting as, quiet and listening, and those respectful expectations. We use inside voices for the most part. I do let them get loud and rowdy, but when it's time for inside voices. And we also have an expectation that when the intercom beeps, the children stop whatever they're doing. They put their hands on their heads. They're not talking, and we are all listening to the voice that is coming over the speakers. So we walk inside. We have walking feet. We keep our hands and our feet to ourselves. And kindness. We encourage kindness. And then our procedures, I just kind of kept them like general. I try not to push too much on the kids. Everything we do for a reason, for safety. So I try not to have rules just to have rules, or procedures just to have them. When my children arrive in the morning, they know where their water bottle goes, their lunch, their backpacks. They take care of all of that. They make sure they say goodbye to their parent and they go play. If they're having a hard time, I'm there to assist and greet them. My children know that they can always come to me. Just keeping this routine and knowing that I am there first thing in the morning to greet them, I think helps reduce their stress because they see me first off, and then after that they see their friends. As far as the predictable learning environment, staying positive, we always greet with a smile. We have even been practicing greeting each other when we come. They're always looking for that special friend. And then providing safety on the playground, things like they can run in certain areas, no throwing sand. We have arrows on the sidewalk so that they ride their bikes in the same direction, those kinds of things. Breakfast and lunch, when we have meals or we're going to do something with food, they always wash their hands. They find their seat. They're always using walking feet. Our circle time procedure, like I said before, is the give me 5 expectation. And when lining up, we are always walking. When we leave the classroom, we are always in a straight line and not talking so that we can hear the teachers if need be. Safety, we stay together in a line. The children are not talking, they're listening for and to their teacher. Again, they are using walking feet. The teacher, usually, I grab the iPad and make sure doors are locked. Our iPad has all of our student information on it. I have my keys. I will grab our safety bag that has Band-Aids and all of those kinds of things in it. And then my assistant will lead the children out and I will follow. I'll be at the end so that I can lock the doors, turn off the lights, all those good things. And we practice these things to reduce the stress of the children and so that they know what their behaviors need to be. I have also taught my children who is in our program because our program is separate from the school. So we are usually wearing one color shirt. We always talk about that. And then to look for those people. And then if they cannot find that person, then they need to look for an adult. We practice and talk about that early in the year and explain to them that that is why I ask them to stay together. I've not lost a child. We always do counts as we're out the door. We are constantly counting. We all have our radios with our earpieces so that each classroom is aware of the other classroom and what is going on. So thank you for listening to my presentation and have a good night.